Hello, welcome to Bloke on the Range, and a bit of experimentation today. I've got a Schmeisser SP-15 straight pull AR-15, so it is manual action. This is UK legal. I'm not in the UK, but it means I could take it there to shoot a civilian service rifle match or something like that. It's also legal in Germany and France and Austria, and very, very easy here, of course, in Switzerland. Now, I've also got a CMMG Ciener-type 22 conversion kit that slots in, and of course it doesn't use the AR-15 gas system, it's just straight blowback. There's two things we're going to look at today. One is at 50 meters, which is further than most people will ever shoot a 22, let's be honest. We're going to see what the difference in point of impact is, and then we're going to switch it back and see whether, without cleaning or anything, it has fouled everything up inside so much that the primary extraction gets funny, because there is no primary extraction in this. AR-15 systems don't have any mechanical advantage as the bolt starts to pull back. It's just, it unlocks and then it just goes back at the same speed as the carrier. There's no intermediate mechanical advantage like you get on most bolt action rifles. So what we're going to do first is shoot a 5-round group. It's accurate enough that we can just play with 5s. 55 grain GGG, which is excellent stuff. We've got some mini mags, CCI mini mags, which are copper plated, so we'll minimize fouling. We'll see if the fouling causes the group size to open up, and so on. It's just a little bit of an experiment, and we'll see how it goes. Ugh. So, things you can't do in Germany. So what I have on here is a Primary Arms SLX. This is a unitary power, one power prismic sight. So it is a telescopic sight. It is not a red dot. It has an illuminated reticle. Advantages of this are that if something goes wrong with the battery, you've still got a black reticle to aim with. Disadvantage is you've got an eye box because it's a scope, whereas you've got infinite eye relief on a red dot. In theory, you can use it with a magnifier. I haven't got it to work, but then you're going to be way back in the eye box because you've had to put the magnifier in the way. I quite like it. It's Chinesium, but thus far I've been playing with it and it's been all right. So I've got 2 targets out there at 50 meters, and yeah, let's go for it. And we're done there. Oh my god, that thing shoots rather well. This is 1 minute of angled clicks. I'm not going to move it. I've got 3 shots in a little cluster to the right and 2 right where the V was. And it's got a simple ACSS reticle, which has a little bit of ranging capability. Another thing while I pop the pins here to note is that I've put a lightweight buffer in there. Hang on, I've forgotten something. Be right back. Always forget you need a little tool just to push in that to take the cocking handle off. So anyway, what I was saying before I interrupted myself was I have a lightweight 300 blackout mainspring in there, because the spring they provide this with is just insanely overpowered. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, it's going to give you full reliability, but OMG does it require a lot of overcoming. So here you have to pull this thingy out, and then it's got a little chamber insert thingy that just goes in, and it's really very neat. And this sort of system's been around a long time. And this particular one comes in a pack with 3 big mags. They're either 25 or 30. I've never actually filled one. But I'm, thus far, generally impressed with it. It does not work with my, what was Stoner do lower, with my KP-15 with the SLT1 trigger. And this interacts with the normal T-handle, has its own spring and is entirely self-contained. So this won't be as accurate. Let's put 10 in it. Now this is a 1 in 9 twist. Normal for 22 LR is 1 in 16 inches, so it's quite a bit tighter. Nominal bore diameter doesn't really matter a lot because of A, tolerancing, and B, they're healed and they're soft as poop and just set up anyway. So let us. So what intrigues me with this is I can use all my standard pouches and stuff if I want to train with it. Okay. This has basically no recoil. This is 14.5 inch. It's a M4A1 profile barrel, so it's fairly chunky, it's fairly heavy. And this, particularly off the rest, just does not go anywhere. Oh, light strike. It does do that sometimes. Yeah. I suspect with my M16 lower with a mil-spec hammer and firing spring, it shouldn't do that. Is that it? Right. It has a last round hold open on the floor plate. It doesn't interact with the rifle's hold open system, so when you drop the mag, it drops the bolt. So it doesn't hold open at all there. So I will stick a piece of card in and go and check the targets. Okay, so on the left we have the 223, all into under an inch by the look of it. 3 in a cluster, 2 there, so that's a nice group. The 22, it's dropped that much low, so that's about 3 inches low. Much wider group. I mean, this is not target rifle accurate, but for training for mini rifle or anything like that, I mean, it's probably not competition ready for mini rifle, but for training on sort of PPC courses of fire, it's pretty good. So let's go back and put another 5 to 10 rounds, depending on how it goes, with the 223 onto the right-hand target, so that we'll see by how much the group opens up because of the crap, or not, as the case may be. Okay, so reversing the process is just as easy. We just pop that off. Make sure that doesn't fall out on us. Should clean this off later, but put the rubber protector on there. Put that away. Get the normal bolt back out. Locking handle in. He says, as he fails, come on. There we go. Voila. So, let's see what happens. I can feel a little bit of resistance on the start there. It's back to normal now. So I suspect there's a bit of grease gets left behind in the chamber, but a couple of full power ones just... physics does its work. So the first shot was an outlier, and I'll show you when we go down there. but everything else is just beautiful. How many have I got left? Last one. And I'm spent. Okay, so that was the first one. Ooh. Oh no, that's a 22. I think. I can look at the footage afterwards. That might be one as well. Anyway, all the rest went in there. I mean, it's pretty good. And I've set the targets up as a tin hat, so I just put the chevron there. You don't need magnification to shoot straight. But yeah, I like this thing. I like this thing. It might not be semi-auto, but it's still fun. So there you go. This is some old school style bloke on the range again, and I'm glad I'm managing to find the time and energy to do it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that was at least vaguely interesting. Thank you so much to our financial supporters on Patreon and Utreon who keep this rickety barge afloat. And please, if you've not already done so, consider becoming a supporter in that manner. If not, absolutely fine, and we'll just see you again sometime. Bye.